It's 2-0 to Wrenched at this point. Boomie's got a. Here's the thing: when it goes 2-0, this if you can just call your coach, like that's understandable. That happens on LAN. You do that on LAN. You are next to your opponent. You do look at them, and you can get into their head if they look at you and they see something they don't like. It feels bad. It feels bad. Anyway, I want to talk about something before this match starts. I'm not going to pause this match at all. All right. Well, why did that skip so far forward? That's annoying. Right. I'm not going to pause this match at all. 2-0 up in a set, and this is something everyone needs to learn. Top Brawlhalla players need to learn. Your opponent who lost had a stronger position in terms of adapting. Right. They had the chance to evaluate more of what they did wrong and change it. Game 2, they lose again. Repeat process. Game 3, winning 3-0, the third game is the hardest game. Your opponent very rarely gives up, right? In fact, they just double dip. They dig, right? It's the hardest game to win 3-0. Because your opponent has had 2 more beneficial experiences for them to adapt to, and you are more susceptible to complacency. You are less likely to change the things that you needed to change because you won. And we feel like we might not, our brains are always going to be, like I said, when you win, you have to work out what you should not change and what you should change. When we are 2-0 up, it's very easy and very tempting to not want to change something because you won, you know? If it comes if you're not as dialed into the nature of the set, if you are taken by the fact that you have 2 game advantage, it's very easy to just not change something, right? And that makes 2-0 turn into 2-1 more often than not. It's one of the strongest positions of the loser is the 2-0 position. So we're going to see what happens. This is a much flatter map. I'm not really going to talk about the map at the moment because I just want to talk about fundamentals of sets and gameplay. Boomie doesn't go for the kill. That's respectful. This is respect. Already this is respect. Boomie has changed something. And then he catches Wrench ready. That's a really good dare. More respect, and then there they go. There's the disrespect back. So instead, what he's saying is, I'm going to push you one step further, and then when I do, I'm going to go for it. But he's learning that even that is not okay. He's learning that even that is not okay. Will he learn that before, to prevent a 3-1 or a 3-0? We'll see. But clearly he's done something better already. He's even. Wrench is staying active though. That's one of the biggest things that Wrench does, and I'm going to go over again. And this is why he wins the set, is he stays active. The more active you are, the more experiences, the more useful experience you take in, the more you're thinking, the more hits you get out of chance, the more able you are to adapt. Wrench, no matter what he gets hit by, is staying active. And that's the big win. That's the big win. The issue, Wrench's weakness and why he loses later on, spoilers, is because, although he's active all the time, he's not putting enough effort into taking care of his individual options. There's not enough, attention to micro. It's lazy at some points because he's relying so much on this adaptation. But Wrench is staying so active, and it's such a good thing to do. Look at this edge. See, here's Boomie. Boomie is a Daiku here. He's going to play, am I going to wall slip? Am I going to wait? Am I going to go up? Wrench covers that initial timing that we saw with the N-Light, right? And then, what does Boomie do? Boomie's just fucking patient. Wrench, look at that! Wrench loses his nerve. He loses his nerve, and Boomie just gets up for free. If you do this in a game, if you go into your game and you do what Boomie does right here, I guarantee a lot of opponents will do what Wrench just did as well. They won't do that exact sidelight, but they'll do some form of it. Ooh, that's close. That was a good nair. Unfortunately for Wrench, it's just a bit lazy again on the micro. He could have chosen a better option and would have been able to jump before Boomie punished. Throw there is very good. We've seen this before. And same thing. Look at this. Wrench tries to go double wide. He's up here already and he tries to go wide again. Bam, Boomie punishes it. I'll do Sandstorm tomorrow maybe, or the next day. This is about Brawlhalla more than the players. Look at that. Look at what we saw in the game before. We saw Boomie dashing and getting hit about here. This time Boomie's ahead of the game. He dashes earlier and he just keeps going. This is very common, you'll see. You'll see this is common because backdashing here or jump dodging in is very hard to do. Backdashing is suicide, basically. It feels like suicide. Instead, you just keep going. Like Boomie, if Boomie spot dodges here, Wrench catches up with him. If Boomie jumps, Wrench catches up with him. Boomie has to jump dodge. Like you have a very few options, or backdash into Wrenched, which is where you don't want to be. Would backdash into Wrenched here be a sick option? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Okay, there's something interesting that Boomie does here, which is kind of an interesting mistake. So Boomie dodges into the wall by accident, right? And then after dodging into the wall by accident, he goes for a really good stare. And I think he does it based on his own mistake. But Wrenched is just not fucking cognizant of this, and it's not his fault. Like, Boomie playing off of his own mistake like that, what people are constantly doing is playing off of their own mistakes. As we've seen, right? You make a bad decision and then you play it correctly, because your bad decision creates a situation. It doesn't create this, you are the defender, they are the attacker. It just creates a new situation that's relatively neutral. Boomie makes a mistake, but this mistake is fucking irrelevant, right? So Boomie trying to play off of it or just play on from it is just a mistake in general. He's either taking meaning from it, like not enough or too much. Almost dies for it. I've got the sandstorms in chat. Oh, Wrenched is looking pretty strong though. Like Wrenched's confidence is starting to pay off. His activity is starting to put him in situations where like he's just able to get more shots at Boomie. Whereas Boomie's going for these sort of more defensive but higher value reads, Wrenched is just getting shot after shot after shot after shot on him. And then look at the strength of Boomie. They're going to end up playing high here, play high, and he gets it. So Wrench chooses not to dodge here. So here's the fear. Wrench dodges here, Boomie kills him, right? Wrench doesn't dodge. Wrench should dodge here. Why? Like, Wrench doesn't dodge, instead he drifts. Boomie kills him anyway, because he chose the same option. So this is what Wrench did. Wrench chose not to dodge, but he moves in the exact same way that a dodge would move anyway. That's a mistake. This is a hard mistake. What you should do, Wrench, right, is if you make the decision not to dodge in a critical moment like this, you should always delay dodge. You don't never dodge. You always dodge or you delay dodge. Delay dodge here gets you out and also gets you a weapon and stage control. Your failure to do that is, again, laziness in your micro, and causes you a lot. Look at how high value the plays that Boomie makes is. And look at that. You're fucking shook, man. You're shook. What's that bullshit? There you go. You get it afterwards. Boomie gives it to you. Evasive movement. Boomie catches him. Just reads him on the movement. This time he goes for the frame trap. Okay, so here's something you're seeing constantly. Boomie pokes and then gives space to Wrench. So Boomie's been doing this a bit too often, and Wrench just kept catching up on it. After the sidelight here, Boomie has not ever done a jump Sair. He's not ever gone for a direct attack. He did off the end light, but off of a sidelight, it's never happened. He's never done sidelight Sair. And look at it, sidelight Sair wouldn't hit. Sidelight Dare would have worked again if he'd done it for once. But this time he just chooses not to. But overall, Wrench has not been getting punished for his dodges in here. He's not been getting punished for moving towards Boomie after sidelight. So when Boomie again doesn't do anything, Wrenched is ready. Wrenched moves in, and even though Boomie feels like he should be in a good spot because he was very close to punishing the previous times, this time he's just not, you know? Wrenched is now chasing him instantly. Wrenched back to active, he's chasing. And he goes for a full read. Boomie unfortunately realizes his mistake, does the opposite of what he normally did. Instead of dodging in last time, he just stays calm. He says, whoa, okay, no, don't do anything, have a look. Does nothing, gets a punish. So he just turns his reactions on. He says, I've been doing things here and getting punished for it. I'm going to do nothing and I'm going to react. And it works. So Katars are just really showing their dominance right now. So what you'll find is guns consistently lose to Katars in neutral, but guns need far fewer hits and can get explosive kills, like the one that put Boomie ahead in this game, despite the fact that Wrench has been consistently winning neutral. Right, where was I? Yeah, and you're just going to see, what was it? No, let's go back. No, never mind. And this time he does it, look at that. So Boomie again being disrespectful. Boomie thinks Wrenched isn't good enough to have made an adaptation. Boomie makes a change, but then just reverts. He just goes back to what he was doing before. It works the first time, and then Wrench just reacts to it again. Like, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad from Boomie actually. It's not that bad because it did work the first time. That makes it more convincing. But even so, it's Boomie's looking for aggressive options in situations where he should be being defensive. And also Boomie's being a little bit extra disrespectful because he's got a full stock lead, and that's something Boomie needs to work on. So disrespectful just because he has a lead. That was a good option. That was very safe. It was overly safe because he was kind of making it out of earnest. But he covers it and it works out. There's Yomi. That's a read. That's the thing. Because Wrench is getting so many hits, being so active, he's just gotten a better grip on the game. Nice chase. Fails it because guitars. Dodge down? No, he doesn't wait for it. That's good. He goes for that recovery. It's correct. Nice. Fuck me, look at that. Boomie going extra far and punishing with the Sair. But you can see, the whole point is Wrench has achieved this level of understanding. This Yomi is a Japanese word for like what we would call reads, but it's got more of like a deep meaning to it, slightly. What we can see is that Wrench's persistence is putting him in a better mental position in terms of making more informed decisions about the set. Boomie's defensiveness is forcing him to have to take large risks, and his inactivity and his disrespect, his constant attempt to cheese, is reducing his ability to control the game and have an understanding of where the game is at. So I mean, so he wins it, and like I said, there's a lot. It's the hardest game to win for Wrenched, despite having really good neutral, having Yomi having control of Boomie. Boomie made the adaptations needed, and he got that really, really important kill, which was honestly a mistake on Wrench's part. Wrench could have still have won this game. Overall, Boomie is not doing enough to win the set, as we spoilers. Well, Japanese culture is kind of like, it's important to these things. They have words for things that we don't have words for. Yomi is a very important concept, but it's not something that you can describe in natural English. It is more than reads. It comes from a sense of closeness and understanding of the game in the moment. That's all you can really say. It's a very complex word, and Wrenched is not many players actually really use that. Don't really access that. Wrenched is a player. He's an aggressive player who plays guitars. He plays off of his opponent's habits. He plays off his own actions to create and snowball. He is aware, and that's one of the things that I really like about Wrenched as a player. Is he is aware of his ability to sink into the game and into his opponent in a way that gives him options that he wouldn't have had at the beginning of a set. So there's an expectation from Wrenched's own self that he will grow over the course, like over the length of time that he plays someone. If you play like gimmicky, slightly more gimmicky like Boomie is, and this applies to all players, and this applies to a lot of mid-tier players who just cannot figure out why they can't win and why they don't do well in tournaments, is they are not involving themselves in the game enough, through honest actions and options and decisions, in order to come to this point of like honest adaptation and successful adaptation reads, able to make bigger, crazier decisions, able to just fucking mind read. And it's because they play back. They're not as involved. They're using gimmicks or tricks a lot more often. And one of the advantages of a weapon like guitars is it really plays into this idea. You're constantly chipping at your opponent. You're giving yourself like interaction after interaction after interaction after interaction where you are the attacker. And doing that allows you to try and get a wider sense of control over the game. And that's what Wrenched is doing. And it's impressive, and that's why I really like Wrenched as a player. That's why I tweeted about like sort of cheering for him. It's why I enjoy his play. Is because I'm an aggressive player naturally. I enjoy, that. I love like the beauty of like those mind read moments. Ultra Instinct mode, yeah, that's kind of what it is, Ultra Instinct mode. Well, I mean, a lot of that is also to do with just your body hitting flow and you being mechanically clean and being mentally mechanically, in terms of the speed your brain is working, just peak. So 2-1. This is the hardest game for Boomie to win, probably. If Boomie gets to 2-2, he gets to reset and play with confidence again. At 2-1, you're full of doubt, but now you're also not as doubtful, which is dangerous. Basically, 2-1 is the same as 1-0. Yeah, thank you for the definition of stapler. That's really helpful. 2-1 is really hard to win for the 1 because you have to, like, your opponent who was ahead of you has now been beaten by you, and now they have that context with which to start making changes. They were ahead, and you've just given them ideas about how to change. So as the player who was down 0-2, you have to change from the 0-2 position to win to 2-1, and you have to change again because your opponent was ahead of you. They had less things they needed to change in the first place to win. You have to change again to adapt to this additional change that they can now make to put you at 2-2. Once you're at 2-2, you're at a bit more of a level playing field. But this is now the hardest game for Boomie to win, just in terms of the way a set works. Let's see what happens. So we get round start, Boomie poking. Boomie's been winning round start every single time. Wrench is just a little bad at it, I guess. How many times have we seen this happen? How many times do I need to repeat it? Look at how neutral resolves in this situation where we have a line between stage and edge. Wrenched plays the line by backing off from it, respecting bow recovery, respecting bow's options on the edge, and also respecting the fact that he probably won't be able to get a kill. Because he does this... Oh, okay, so it's this dash actually. So he pretends not to. He's at the right time, he dashes in, around when Boomie is about to come up. Because of this, Boomie tries to dodge through. Boomie's expecting a side light, as we've seen from Wrench near the edge, or a down light. Wrenched backdashes. This is a good backdash here. Backdash, down light. That's sick. That's really good. This is Yomi. Good night, whoever's going to sleep. This is Yomi. Backdash. Every single time, Wrenched has done that situation differently. He's not done what he just did. This time, he pretends to enforce, which would make sense. It would make sense for him to enforce the line, because he's never done that before. He's always backed away from it. But now he acts. Boomie, aware of the fact that Wrenched is beating him and is scared of Wrenched's adaptation, reacts to a new option he's not seen before. He's primed himself to react to it. Wrenched says, aha, no, I'm actually just parrying you again. Like, I'm actually backing off from you, but I got you to react because he hit a critical point. Boomie is scared. He hit a critical point here, gets the full punish. And I would like to point out again, to Boomie's credit, he still goes for the attack. When you commit to the option, always do the attack anyway. Always do the attack anyway. I don't know if they can pass wall or dodge out of its skull. I don't play this game, I don't know. And look at that. This time, look at that. Boomie, now this time, knows that Wrenched is playing, and Wrenched's movement to the edge here is a bit of disrespect for bow recovery. Boomie thinks he's going to do it again this time. Boomie's like, oh, fuck, man, he actually got me, he was being disrespectful. That means bow recovery is a good option. Bow recovery is a good option. Bow recovery. Wrench, this time, spaces it. He goes halfway towards that attacking position on this line, and then he spaces bow recovery and gets a punish. That's Yomi. This is good high-level play. We saw it before. Down like dare. Here's the mix-up. Either you instantly attack or you drop down. When you get to this situation again, so you got the stall here. The fast fall, you just fall down. Stall. Boomie's just stalling by dropping. New situation. Either you attack or you wait. Wrench chooses correctly. Boomie is scared, he's flustered or whatever, or he's just reacting a bit too hard. He's overreacting a bit too much. He waits, gets the dare, and converts into a kill. Boomie panics, converts into a kill. That's fucking... This is bread and butter mix-ups. This is how any sword player can kill on the edge this way. This is a stall. When this moment happens, you have two options. You attack or you don't attack. If you attack, they have to dodge, right? If you don't attack, if you attack, they get hit if they don't dodge. If you don't attack and they don't dodge, you can punish the dodge. Bam. And this time, he isn't fooled. Does Boomie do the same thing? Does Boomie micro out again? No. Right, look at that. Boomie doesn't do his little micro trick. This is how you can see Boomie's falling behind in tempo. Boomie's got more that he has to fix than Wrenched does. Wrenched is winning. In terms of the two players sitting back from their own play, making decisions about their play in the set, Boomie is struggling under the weight of everything he has to change, because we saw him execute a beautiful play with micro to protect himself in this situation, but now where's it gone? It's not there. It's been replaced by something. He's thinking about something else. Gets punished and dies. And again, this is a league we haven't seen before as well, and it reflects the way the set's going in as a whole. We've never seen a yellow to, like, low yellow to white lead. Alright, we saw this again. Boomie is very knowledgeable about the game. This nair is minus on hit. This nair is minus on hit, which means Boomie is the first one to act. Boomie's got the advantage here, despite the bad angle. Because of the angle of D-Light, Boomie's still going to choose an invulnerable option, but he has advantage and he's ready to attack. Just because of the pacing of this, look at the pacing of it, look how fast the nair hits. It's faster than your brain can work regularly. You can only learn how to do this by knowing the frame data of Qatar Nair and having prepared answers for it. Boomie knows Qatar Nair, you can act after it. You don't have to go defensive after Qatar Nair. If he tries to go defensive here, Wrench steals the turn. Wrench just keeps going. Boomie has trained himself to react. That's what I'm explaining, Stapler. Boomie's trained himself to react. If you don't know, Qatar Nair, when you hit it point blank, always react. You always recover later than your opponent. It's negative on hit. Because of this, Boomie has advantage. Because of this angle, though, D-Light still beats a dare. Because D-Light still beats a dare, Boomie goes for a spot dodge as opposed to a regular dodge or a jump. The spot dodge allows him to react if the D-Light comes out, and it also allows him to attack if Wrench jumps. He can jump here, he can jump here, D-Light will cover any of them, or N-Light. It also allows him to spot dodge, jump, and then punish if Wrench whiffs a hard attack like a jump Sare. Like if Wrench does jump Sare here, the spot dodge goes through it. Boomie can't cancel his spot dodge into an attack, or if he does a jump recovery, but Boomie can jump Sare him or recovery. So Boomie has prepared this situation beforehand. It's negative on hit, and the fact his knowledge of it being negative on hit takes precedence over all else. You feel like being defensive after you get hit by a nair because you've just been hit, you've just been outplayed in some way. But his training and his practice keeps him within a good, like his training, his practice, and his diligence and his desire to win the set keeps him using a good range of options. And it plays out. Unfortunately, he misses his chase dodge, or it was just bad in general. Like, really, he should have naired or sared here. I would have gone with nair, because it pushes Wrenched up, gives him control of the stage. It's a flat map, no platforms. He can sharp Wrench with some nairs. He's had some success with that before in the past, using nair and sare, because Wrench tends to orbit the gun range quite poorly. He whiffs this recovery. Very bad for him. This is greedy. Wrenched instantly on top of him again. And here's the thing you'll see. This is pressure here. Wrenched lands the attack. Boomie resets, and this is pressure. Wrench doesn't have to do shit, because Boomie right now is imploding, right? Boomie is scared of losing the game. Boomie's down a stock. Boomie knows he's got this large weight of adaptation he has to overcome. Wrench doesn't have to do anything. Boomie's winding himself up, right? Wrench just has to play careful and punish the things that Boomie might come out with in his desperation. See, he knows he can't punish the set. Boomie's still choosing good options. Boomie, despite the way I'm describing Boomie, alright, despite the way I'm describing him, look at this. This is not a high-risk play. That nair is safe as fuck. That Sare is good. That dodge is good. Gets punished, but look at that. He gets punished and isn't ready this time. He's not ready this time to act. He jumps away. And Wrenched is ready to chase him. He's chasing and he's not committing. Look how little Wrench commits to any actual frames of action after this. Look how much... There's look at the non-action. Look at the non-action. The pure flexibility. He does one nair, no action. No action, does a recovery, that's basically movement. These two attacks are... Oh, fuck me, what have I just done? Right, okay, there we go. These two attacks are basically just movement. Have I skipped ahead? I skipped ahead, yeah. Yeah, recovery. Nair, nothing. Nothing. D-Light, nothing. Okay, he tries, then he extends, he overextends here. But the whole point is to keep your options there and to give Boomie nothing to play off of. If you are in advantage, mentally and in game, if you do nothing, it's terrifying for your opponent, because your opponent is looking for things to play off of to overcome you. They're hoping for you to make mistakes. Always you're hoping for your opponent to make mistakes in Brawlhalla. But his doing nothing puts him in a really strong position. It earns him 3 attacks, but unfortunately, Maybe because of tension in his own way, he doesn't convert hard enough off them. He only gets these D-lights, and Boomie's been responding to D-light through practice really well. Boomie's decisions, like he's not making decisions off of D-light, they aren't reactions, it's just practiced good options, and he's staying true to them. He's not completely losing himself and doing like a GC. He's not doing a raw GC after downlight, which some of you will do. I do sometimes. He's really well disciplined to stay with his good range of options that is hard for Wrench to punish because defensive options are good in this game and attacking is hard. He even is got the peace of mind to get a punish. So props to Boomie for staying in the game. Really good side sig. This is small brawl haven. That is a really good option. So that again, the theme we've seen with Boomie doing high value plays. See, you can't say that Boomie does too many high risk plays. You can't, because it's the only thing that wins in the game really. It's much smaller things that lose in the game, lose in the set. And overall, I'd say it's wrenched. Wrenched just grip on the set is a bit tighter. Really good spot dodge, gets a full punish. I like the throw there. Really safe options. Look at that. Deny the whole stage with weapon throws. That is sick. This is what I was talking about before. You know the situation where the Qatar D-light and he spot dodges. This time he spot dodges. I would never do this, but he reacts to Wrench going past him as opposed to staying underneath him, and also thinks that he's going to jump. He doesn't go for D-light here. He goes for N-light here. This is crazy. Wrench was playing very well this tournament, LDZ. Wrench ascended to some degree. He really learned how to trust his own ability to adapt and to just not put all of his brain into the exact attacks he's doing or anything. He didn't put enough of his brain into the exact attacks he was doing, really. And the actual attempts and desires, like he didn't just follow like, oh, I want to fucking hit you, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. He played from a much more put back to like position that was very strong. Wasn't the strongest player. Sandstorm was the stronger player. How does he get this? Look at this. This is Wrench is kind of like, look at Wrench orbiting again. Every single time he's been hit by a gun there, he just drifts to the right. Does the dodge, gets fucked for it. Doesn't kill. But well played, Boomie. Wrench staying active. Look at that. Wrench staying active. He's unorbed. Boomie's been trying to kill him non-stop. Wrench staying active. That's how he wins this game. He stays active. It's why he wins this set. Again, staying active and Boomie falling for it. Boomie just keeps thinking Wrench is going to fuck up when it's not happening. There's no sign of it even happening. Huge. Oh, this is sick. This is sick. This is sick. So this same situation we've seen where Wrench gets the sidelight. Either Boomie dashes off the stage, either Wrench dashes, Wrench sidelights and then Boomie dodges or doesn't dodge. Right? This shit here is crazy. This is Yomi. I cannot explain this read. I can't explain it. Because only Wrench can. Because only Wrench really went through these exact experiences and could see through fucking time. Right? This is fucking crazy. This downlight. And he gets rewarded for it. But Wrench didn't plan that. Katana is not +4. Katana's been like minus something, like -4 for ages. What? Oh, whatever. But yeah, that is... If they changed it, then I take back what I've said, but still, the way Boomie's been playing it is then almost over-aggressive and slightly disrespectful. If it isn't minus anymore, then Boomie's been playing it kind of disrespectfully all set, but it's been working out for him, so he shouldn't have stopped. So he still did the right thing, but if that is true, that's important to note that Katana is not negative. But get Kyler to check you on that. I mean, I trust Kyler, he's good with frame data, but I wanted to double-check that for me, because if they have it, they've changed it while I was away. Anyway, this is fucking... Although your brain is just in the underworld here. You just... Every time this situation has happened, it's resulted in something happening to the left here. Yeah, you're moving this in the... Okay, fair enough, LDZ. I didn't know that. Thank you guys for correcting me. Katana is plus. I guess they have just nerfed a lot about the way Katars feel in terms of their fluidity, as well as the size of Nair anyway. Alright, there we go. Even so, good moves from Boomie. Risky to start them off in the set. Disrespectful to play the set that way from the beginning, but good to keep going with it if it was working, and very good reactions in terms of which directions he attacked. So, yeah, not as good, but still good. This is fucking otherworldly, though. There's that place comes from one place only, and that's just like, as I could put it, like the spirit. It comes from like intuition, and it's an intuition you build each set. Good punishes. Wrench, it could lose here. Like Boomie only. So what Boomie's thought process here is, once Boomie lands these hits, he's one of his Boomie plays away from winning this game. So Boomie's full on ready to kill Wrenched here. He's ready. Even now, Boomie's ready to kill him. Luckily, Boomie's actually playing like Ultra Instinct right now. He dodges through instead of going for a recovery here. He would have gotten hit if he'd gone for the recovery that he really wanted. He fucking wants a recovery here. Yeah, he wants a recovery. He initially went for the Sare, but he's looking for the dodge, looking for what he does, he's looking for the dodge here to dodge the Sare, and then hoping to recovery. He sees the dodge doesn't come out, so he dodges himself. That's what happens. And then dares, very, very nice dare, just reading the movement of Wrenched. This is a nice tempo option. So this isn't like an intermediate option. You do it when you don't know really what to do, but you want to still stay active. The Nair comes out here, and then you come down, you cover Dare or Sare here. He does it, Wrench goes underneath. It's when you jump, but you just want to stay active with an attack. Okay, this is Boomie being disrespectful here. Look at this. Boomie's disrespect. So what's he initially trying to wake up out of? Sare. Okay. Yeah, so this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful to fucking Max. You have to watch this in close, in slow-mo. Boomie, this time, the whole set, that fucking angle, right? Despite everything, Wrenched has now gotten the better of Boomie. Even though all the sick mix-ups that Boomie pulled, Wrenched has gotten the better of him. And now he gets the Sare. Boomie being like, what the fuck? No, me no fucking wanna lose. Me fucking downlight. Me downlight, right? Even though he's minus and Wrenched has invulnerability on post-hit. Props to Wrenched for using the invulnerability, because it definitely kept him safe from this kind of option. But yeah, boom. Dare, because it's such a fucking critical moment. Boomie's not going to fast forward or jump. Sometimes players can just sense that. That's Yomi. You sense your opponent. Right? Bam. Hits. Waits. Realizes Boomie's not doing anything. Right, what happens? Bam. Wrench just fucking attacks him again. What a fucking nutcase. What a good move. He attacks him again, and then what does he do off the attack? Dodges after the attack, because he knows that he's actually out of position here. So Wrenched is out of position after this, because of how the downlight hits. Because look at that, he hit far here. Wrenched instantly says, I don't want to fucking be on this side of Boomie. When I'm on this side of Boomie, bad shit happens. Right? Also, he knows he wants to be on this side of him so he can kill him. So I think he might nair as he comes out from here. He jumps in there. So he does a safer option. The best option after this dodge is to nair, to push Boomie off stage. He's not sure what Boomie's doing, so he jumps nairs just in case to avoid a jump dare here. Well played. Boomie panics though. Look at this panic from Boomie. Like, boom, dodge. Wrenched is moving at light speed to Boomie's mind right now. Boomie has no comprehension what Wrenched is doing, even though Wrenched is all fucking over him, right? He does this Sare, even though Wrenched is nowhere near him. Wrenched is going to fall with the Nair. Wrenched knows this Nair is not doing anything other than pushing him out and giving him control of the situation. Wrenched is going to instantly jump, because he's in fucking Unga mode. Like, he's going to jump to a good attacking position, where he goes under, okay, and then dashes back, ready for Boomie to come over. So he reacts. He goes thinking Boomie's sort of down here, reacts to Boomie jumping over. Boomie's got no jumps here. Boomie goes for a Nair, because he's just out of his mind right now. Boomie jumps after the D-Light, goes for an attack, really good attack, but not fast enough. Wrenched is just moments ahead of him. Any fucking thing Wrenched does right now is going to go right for him. Because the momentum is just, all the momentum of the set is built up behind him. And see that, because what was I talking about? The whole time, how many times have I mentioned it now? Making a mistake doesn't matter, so long as you play the new situation that your mistake creates correctly. If you take a hit, you always have the ability to play the next situation correctly and turn that hit into an equal trade, or a win, or an overall win. Boomie at this point is making mistakes and no longer playing the after situation correctly. And this is where the end game happens. This is sort of where Boomie's gone. He's losing here. So he gets hit, jumps, misses his dare. Instantly, what's he going to do? He's going to jump again. Look at that. Mistake after mistake. This is the sign. This is the sign of a set loss. Jump, that's fine. That jump is fine. That attack is fine. Gets attack. Why does he jump again? It's no good. Instantly fast falls down, tries to go for a clutch dodge. Actually does it. Still a good player. Still cognizant. Just he's being outvalued and out-pressured overall. He's losing the set. He's not really losing each game very hard at all, but he's losing the set. Alright, that dodge is fucking great. Look at the patience of him to not fear the options, to know that Wrenched is playing like this more punish-based game, to drop all this way with no fear of recovery, and then to dodge. He goes into, see this range? He goes into the spacing for the downlight and then dodges. Knowing that Wrenched is playing so tight right now that it will work. And then whiffed the sidelight. Mistake, like stacking, he stacked a good play and then a mistake. He's not playing the after situation, the post whatever happened situation well enough. And I said it's usually like you can make a mistake and then do well. Okay, here's the final takeaway, I guess, because this set's about to end. Like I said, you can make any mistake, and so long as you play the situation that your mistake creates well enough, you can turn it into a trade or a win, right? The converse of that is that whenever you make a good play, whenever you land a hit, you can also make a mistake, right? Because your opponent can outplay you, because these situations are more neutral than they are offense-defense based. There's not a tight structure in the game. Boomie lands, like, makes a good play, and then still, that good play creates a new situation. And Brawlhalla is all about very confusing situations, switching between different situations very quickly, right? Because of the number of jumps, because of the dodges and dashes, because of all the movement, and because of the limited options you have, and sometimes the very closely overlapping options you have, anything that happens is going to change the context of a new neutral situation where you both have a decision to make. If you choose, but choose badly, you get punished. That's why the game is less aggressive. Once you get into these inner situations where you're not only using safe attacks with movement attached to them, where you're not only doing these things, once you make actual core decisions based on where your opponent is, no matter whether it goes well or if it goes badly, you are vulnerable afterwards to wake-ups, to your opponent disrespecting your follow-up and then actually going for a complex play if it's at high level. You're vulnerable to just trying to attack them, then dodging and punishing you. After any good thing you do, after any bad thing you do, very quickly in Brawlhalla, you are faced with another decision, straight away. And then let's see, so the confusion of it, so right, you also have to remember, in this situation, Wrenched is very nervous, both of them are very nervous, last dot red, so you're going to see more mistakes in general. So it's not just about how Wrenched is overcoming Boomie, you see more mistakes in general at this point of the game. Look at that. Completely the wrong way. It was tough. Bam, just goes the wrong way. He gets a backdash instead of a forward dash, I'd imagine. Even a forward dash would be too much though. So we see Boomie get the hit here. Boomie still, despite everything I'm saying, right? Despite everything I'm saying, Boomie is still looking for that kill. Because look at how persistent Boomie has been in looking for these high value options. Boomie's still really fucking dangerous here. Wrenched makes the correct play to respect. Also, this is Yomi. This is Yomi. This is Yomi, right? This is unspeakable. Remember how I said in game 3 that every single time Boomie has sidelighted, he has not said? Every single time Boomie has sidelighted, he's not said. Look at what Wrench does the one time he does say. He dodges it out. And he's been dodging, Wrench, to be fair to Wrench has been dodging fairly often, he's just been dodging in. But he's also been delay dodging, he's also been jump dodging. Taiku! Thank you. But yeah, this is an amazing play from Wrench, to take this sidelight and to force himself to dodge. The discipline to dodge, despite the fact that Boomie has not chosen aggressive options at all throughout the set. Wrenched has been given the opportunity to make decisions about changing things, and he has decided not to change this. He's decided not to change the fact that he's dodging after getting hit by a sidelight, despite the fact that Boomie has had a number of shots at punishing the dodge, even though they failed, and has never gone for the frame trap. Wrench's insistence on dodging and his discipline and sticking to his practice really pays off here. He dodges out and instantly. Look at that, instantly. Look at how the Boomie knows. Oh, thank you, Daku, for the sub. I should maybe change that sub sound. It's been a while. But, right. Look at how instantly the way the game changes. The moment this is dodged, both players fucking know. Boomie's terrified, right? Boomie's terrified. Wrenched is just attacking. That activity, the precedent that Wrenched has set by forcing himself to be active every time something happens, has got Boomie missing this Sair, and then look at this. Wrenched, no fear after it, is going to take the space that the Sair's recovery frames affords to him. Sair cooldown is still protecting him, but now Boomie could sidelight here. Boomie could sidelight, Boomie could downlight. Many times Boomie has drawn Wrenched backwards and end-lighted, right? But no, this time Boomie is just scared. He's just moving back because he knows Wrenched is active. Thank you, Right Setup Panda, for the sub. We'll chill, let's finish this off, fuck. And And then wrench lands and begins neutral again. And this neutral, as we've said, is favouring Qatar's. What is that? Look at this. Look at this. This is like I said though, Boomie's breaking down, isn't he? And this is how you lose a set. This is how a set ends. How does Wrench punish? End line. What does he do? He waits for the dodge down. Wrench doesn't do it. So Wrench makes a mistake here. Actually, this could have cost Wrench the game. Let's talk about this. This could have cost Wrench the game. So I know that I'm talking about thing after thing after thing after thing, but as I've explained, this is how fucking Brawlhalla works. No matter what happens, there's always decisions to be made, and they can always be weird and out of context. Like, it doesn't have a solid flow of tension building up and then ending, right? It just, you get forced to make decisions, and they can be either aggressive or defensive decisions at any point. They're quite neutral, they're quite random seeming. But just, yeah, this read here, I think that Wrench waits for the dodge down. Boomie not doing the dodge down, just jumps out because Wrench does not ever. So Boomie actually makes a separate call, similar to the sidelight Sair. Boomie has never done end-light recovery raw. And because of that, Boomie gets a free jump out. This is fucking suicide from Wrench. And look at it, Boomie's so ready. Tell me right now that if, let's have a look at the angle, right? So Wrench realizes he got the read wrong, but still wants the kill. Still wants the kill. Right, jump, recovery this way. If he recovers this way, does it hit? I don't know. I don't know if that hits. I have to see the replay. That's fucking close. If it doesn't hit, Boomie kills Wrench and takes this game. The fact that this is crazy, okay? Do you reckon Wrench, almost part of him, got this wrong on purpose? Do you reckon that Wrench, like, had everything ready to do this recovery, but pussied out, and instead of doing it in this direction, did it in this direction? Or do you think it was just a bad read? Because I know that can happen where you're about to make a decision and some tiny part of your body tells you no, but it's not enough of it to change what you're doing, but it's enough to make you aim differently in some way. Like you'll see it in, if any of you have played Bloodline Champions or Battle, right? It's the difference between cast cancelling before you hit a trance and swinging your mouse to aim to a different, like to aim sideways, not even aim at someone else, just aim sideways to stop you from proccing their trance. If you play Battle, right, that can be kind of what it is. But you think he pussied out? You're sure it wouldn't have hit. Let's listen to LDZ. LDZ's fucking good. He knows the game better than me. So then in that case, this is not as much of a mistake as we think. Wrench is just about good enough to stay alive here. Ooh. These last moments here, the kill options are all on the table. Understanding of the game is an all-time low. This is like the Wild Wild West. Anything can happen here. This is the Wild Wild West, and it's actually hard to, like, going into this shit is almost not worth it because it's so complex as to the wrong reasons for why they're doing everything. Look at that though. Okay, how many times have we seen reset to neutral? We're gonna see it. Let's see. Two missed nairs, a miss nair here. Miss. What happens after a miss? Either one person gets a hit, which is unlikely to happen after this number of misses, or there's a reset to neutral. So let's see, he gets the throw. He catches the gun. He realizes he can't pick up the boat. He actually goes for the guns and dodges this way. He notes out as fast as he can. But then we have a reset. Look at this reset. A line forms. Potentially the last stalemate of the game. Both of these players have to make a decision at this point. Wrenched, I believe, is the one who's more ready to do it because of Boomie's kind of wackiness overall and just not being on point. I believe Boomie's going to go... So Boomie's going to go for the... Look at this. This is fucking anime. This is anime right here. Look at the way they walk. All right, so here it comes. Probably the final reset of neutral. Look at the way they walk. They both walk away. When they both walk away, Boomie does what he's done many times in the set. Instead of respecting the neutral game, he tries to break it early. Mushineru, yes. He tries to break it early with an extra long-ranged poke. Wrenched, look at this. Look at this fucking anime right here. Wrenched is this one tiny step ahead. Look at that. He picks the option he knows covers the majority of Guns' grounded options and attacks, and is also quite safe. So this is not the kind of option you expect in a high-pressure scenario. In a high-pressure scenario like this, you're thinking big options. You know, you're thinking of side sigs. Your body wants to do something fat, like a sig, right? That's why people sig spam in intense situations. How many times have you seen it as a player? You must have seen it where there's a reset to neutral and someone just sigs. That is the natural inclination, to choose the big option, to choose the thing that will hit right? Boomie's just gone for that. It's a complex version of it. He's gone for this reset neutral poke, this reset poke real quick to try and catch someone. Whereas Wrenched has just gone, he's literally just said, you're already dead. I'm the better player, you know? He said, I'm ahead of you. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. Right. I'm going to analyze this because this is not Yomi. He's actually repeating the same read he did 3 times in a row. Let's go. Wait, where the fuck am I? How far back did I go? No, come on. There we are. Okay, there we are. Okay, he's actually repeating the same read that he's done almost all set. Almost all set. It's not... This is not Yomi, this is just consistency, solidity, and preparedness, right? So he gets the option, and then he just waits. He waits for the dodge down, because that's what he's done every single time he's hit a D-light in the set. And Boomie, you remember how I told you how Boomie's not resorting to those whack options? Boomie's gone. Boomie's gone. Now is when the shit GCs come out. Now is when the bad dodges down come out, where the attacks out of hit stun come out. Boomie's got to that point, and that's why Wrenched is winning this. Despite all the crazy things Boomie has done, everything's out the window, exactly. Everything that Boomie knows about the game is gone in this moment. He's thinking about losing the World Championship. He is thinking about shame, he's thinking about pain. He's, you know, like, you are not thinking about the game almost, because all you're doing is like feeling so much. So you're not making informed decisions at this point. Now, I want to point out that there is a world where, what I really want to point out, and this is more of like it wouldn't be an Ephi stream if I didn't criticize the game at the end, like at some point, would it? There is a world where this sick read is not rewarded if Boomie just jumps. If Boomie just jumps, Wrench loses all pressure and you receive an instant full reset to neutral. In fact, if Boomie does nothing apart from this dodge down, right? Even if he spot dodges, chances are Wrench doesn't do anything. It's only the fact that Boomie fucks up this hard that Wrench actually gets the win. And that says things kind of like about the game. It says things about the strength of Katars. It says things, most importantly, about how well Wrench played the set. In terms of his activity and his consistency in Yomi, like all of his work to adapt, very good. But God, I can't help but criticize the game a little by the fact that this sick read that Wrench got was just not compensated really in any way, other than the fact that like Boomie, it just speaks to. No, I'm not going to criticize the game. Okay, we're done with criticizing the game. I'm actually not going to end on that. That sucks. It really speaks to Wrench's consistency and belief in his game plan, which is to overcome Boomie across the course of a set, to stay active constantly so that he can begin making better and better and better and better decisions that result in Boomie running out of ideas and Boomie having to face that and failing. Boomie takes it like a champ, man. Look at this guy. Fucking... You have no idea what you're fucking doing. But you think you do. No, it was good. It was good. Well played. Well played. Good set. We spent 3 hours and 30 minutes on it. I love you. I love you, Boomie. I knew you'd probably be hiding here. And there we go. That's it.